Yo, what's going on, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. A little bit of a random time to be doing a live stream, but organized a bit of a chat with fellow YouTuber JCC2224. So let's rather than hang around, let's bring him in.
Yo,
Hey,
hello.
what's going on?
Not much. Living the dream, living life, doing all the good stuff. How about you?
Yeah, doing all right. It's we're in second last day of lockdown, so we'll fingers crossed we can get out of this again.
Yeah, man. I can't even imagine going back into lockdown
Oh man,
because in the U.S., like where I am, we're in the Midwest, so we're just like, yeah, it is what it is. We're not getting swarmed with cases right now or anything, so that's good.
yeah. No, we just had like an outbreak of the Delta strain, so it's most of the other eastern states have been worse. I think New South Wales has been locked down for about 5 weeks, and yeah, we're only in the 1 week, so hopefully we can get back to normal. Semi, I don't know what it means for me because I'm not technically an essential worker. I work in personal care, so it's may not be rushing back to work on Wednesday, but hopefully it's not too far away.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I can imagine it's like you want to get back to work,
Yeah, just make life a little bit normal, and the bills don't stop. So yeah, what's been going on anyway? How's life? How's everything?
Life's been going good for me. I'm adjusting to a new job. I would say what it is on the stream, but it's actually pretty. I don't know. I feel like if everyone knew where I worked, I'll tell you when we're not live. If everyone knew, then they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy."
Yeah, right.
But I'll tell you off air. Here, I'll message you on Facebook right now where I'm going to be working, so you can know and I can get your reaction.
Oh, wicked! Nice.
Yeah. I know, right? So you can see why I don't want like all my fans and everything to like know where I work.
Yeah, I can totally understand that.
So yeah, that's exciting.
Is it as dangerous yet as it seems?
I mean, not yet.
Not yet,
but
you're open to the possibilities.
Yes, I'm getting a little worried. I'm getting a little worried about that.
No, that'll be good.
Yeah, because I mean, this year already, I have spent so much money on toys. It's not even funny. There's pre-orders left and right, and like I need to be a little careful because, man, So one thing we're definitely gonna have to talk about are those Tartakovsky Clone Wars figures.
Oh yeah,
because those. Okay, so I have two types of dreams when I'm asleep, where I'm either in some weird place like an aquarium or museum, and I either find them in a store or I see them online, like these crazy, like surreal figures of like clone troopers or other things that I would never imagine existed. So it was such a weird like sensation to be at the aquarium, and my brother shows me the pictures of the Tartakovsky vintage collection figures.
Yeah,
it seriously felt like a dream. Like I'm like, am I actually awake right now? Or it was so weird.
It's those animated images on vintage cards that's just like never thought it would see the day. Like what they've done with the animated, like the Filoni Clone Wars. They've sort of made the photos look sort of realistic style.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that.
And they've decided to stick with the animated style with this one, so it's interesting. And they're talking about the Black Series 6-inch ones that are going to be based on we got Fordo, Grievous, and Mace from Tartakovsky Clone Wars, and they're talking about putting them on the classic animated card backs for the 50th anniversary.
Now there could be two different kinds of card backs they do, because remember there was the realistic Clone Wars line and then the animated Clone Wars line.
It was that sort of goldish one.
Yeah, so like one kind of looked like the Saga collection box, well not Saga collection, but the Saga line. And the other was like so I don't know which one they do. I'd love if they did the animated line.
Yeah, I believe they're going to do the Cartoon Network sort of flavor, which would be cool. They look great.
Yeah, because I actually did pre-order Grievous just because like I don't have the Black Series Grievous. Maybe this one will be cool, because it's like I like General Grievous. I get that.
Yeah,
2 Fordos for sure. Like we haven't even seen them yet. We don't even know what they look like. I'm like, nah, man, I need one in the box too. And then I pre-ordered an embarrassing amount of the vintage collection figures. Like an embarrassing amount. Like I got 10 of the blue ARC Trooper, man.
That's nuts.
I had to. I had to, man.
Just say hello to Isaac, who's in the chat, and Andy, and the other Andy, Goodies Toys Andy, says hello.
Yo guys, what's up? I did like when this live stream did like when it was like posted as coming. I shared it on my community tab, but I don't think when you share a video on the community tab, YouTube shows like anybody. I don't think they show anyone.
Yeah, right.
So, like I might try to post a picture or something and be like, "Hey, I'm live right now. Come check it out."
Yeah, I just put a tweet out just while we were talking before because I can actually multitask occasionally. I'm not often, but I can do it.
Yeah, I'm like the master of multitasking.
It's difficult for me, but I can make it happen. Red Qual's here too. Everyone's here. So in terms of the character selection, like we've got six figures coming out, 2 clones, battle droid, and 3 Jedi. What do you think of the character selection?
So the ARC Troopers are perfect. 100%. Yes. I mean, they're not... Okay, so the actual deco is not 100% perfect. The only issue is... Well, there's a couple issues because I'm a stickler like this. They don't have, like, the extra gauntlet on their left arm. And their entire shoulder pad should be, red or blue, not just a stripe.
Yeah.
So other than that, they're perfect.
I kind of dig the way they've put the colors on the visor too.
Yes.
Like it fills up that full face plate as opposed to just following the contours of the T visor.
Yeah, because even when I was a kid, I noticed like, oh, the ARC Troopers, like the whole front of their face is colored. It's not just, the officer's stripe. Yeah. And every realistic interpretation of the ARC Troopers is only done like the officer kind of styling of the stripe. So it's really cool to see like the actual cartoon accurate face deco. And it looks really cool. Like I love that. That's how I think all the ARC Troopers should be.
Do you think Fordo's going to have his previously released TVC head sculpt underneath?
That's something I was kind of thinking about.
Yeah. Well, I sort of briefly spoke about that on my live stream the other day. And I'm wondering if they'll do that.
Because I'm thinking the normal blue ARC Troopers is going to have that one. I always forget the actor's name. The one head that isn't exactly Tamora Morrison. Like I'm thinking they'll just have that. They might do this. Yeah, Bodie Taylor, that's his name. They might do the Bodie Taylor face for Fordo too, but I'd love to see the actual, unique head for him.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd be surprised if they didn't do it, but I don't know. They haven't. Yeah, I guess they didn't initially. They didn't in its first release. It wasn't necessarily Captain Fordo either. So, but they still did it. So,
yeah, it's so funny. I was just talking about that with my brother. I think the only figure that was ever released and actually called Captain Fordo was the one in that Hunt for Grievous battle pack. I think it's the only one that was actually called Captain Fordo. I think all the rest, for whatever reason, were just ARC Trooper Captain, ARC Trooper Commander, something like that.
I'm interested. Yeah, I'll be intrigued to see some more pictures when they hopefully put some more out soon. But the battle droid feels. Oh, I guess it's a natural release for them, isn't it? Because it's just so easy just to throw out another battle droid, and I feel like they should have did that. That sort of dark red colored battle droid a while back, so that makes
it's a really unique color for the battle droid because it's not exactly the Geonosis one. It's not exactly the Trade Federation one. And I'm surprised we haven't gotten like the security and the pilot and the commander yet. They didn't just do a special action figure set of those 3. I don't know
Definitely.
why we haven't gotten them yet. It's kind of
Yeah.
absurd. And then the Jedi. I mean, I think they make sense. I think they're really
Yeah.
cool picks because I mean, especially Luminara and Barriss Offee, they work together in their thing. Then Ayla's cool. A part of me hopes that they don't stop at these. I'd love to see more.
Yeah.
But
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about like the paint deco on the actual figures. Like, I think they're all going to look amazing on the cards, no matter what. But the way they've sort of changed the paint deco to sort of be animated style almost, it's not a big like glaring sort of, not an issue, but it's not a big glaring difference. But it'll work for people that still want to use those figures for their scenes and stuff.
Oh,
when they open them. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have put. I mean, I was half expecting Luminara to come out at some point anyway because she was in that Black Series line.
Yeah, and I didn't even get that one for whatever reason. I just didn't get it.
It was a good Jedi too. Barriss Offee's a great figure. But yeah,
the Ayla Secura, like that figure is amazing.
Yeah, I'd love to see them. Double with some other characters from the line like Dirge and.
Oh, don't even get me started on a vintage collection Dirge, man.
Hang on, I've got one on hand. Imagine this guy.
Oh yeah, that'd be sweet.
The Wolfman Jedi.
Yeah, Volvith Mon's his name, right?
Yeah.
I'm so bad with the names, but I actually remember his.
Action Figure Expert says, hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? It's Monday morning, so I'm doing well. We're going to go live like an hour earlier, but my wife left for work at about 7 because she still needs to go to work. And I just thought, I'm just going to rest my eyes and, I'll probably get another half hour. I woke up 2 hours later.
Yikes.
I obviously needed it.
Yeah, I mean, this time works for me because, I mean, this is like, 9 at night for me. I think the one we did before was like 8 in the morning for me. And oh my gosh, I can't do that. Which is great because my new job, I'm gonna have to go in at like 8 in the morning, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, you have to adjust a little bit.
Yeah, that's gonna take some time.
So Kerry's asking tangent. Okay, so who binged the hell out of New He-Man?
I watched it. It's just the first 5 episodes out right now. I really liked it. I really did. I don't want to get too much into why people are having their issues about it. But I personally don't see those issues. Like, it's really good. It's like the G.I. Joe Resolute of He-Man.
Yeah, I think you're always going to have issues like that with a property that has nostalgia. We live in Star Wars world, so we know it well. And you're always going to have those issues come out
because it's like people are. So one of the main things is that He-Man himself is not in it too much so far.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And like a lot of people are like, "Oh man, this is a He-Man show," and they're not. You might as well call it Teela in the Masters of the Universe. Like, if you actually watched the original He-Man show, which I've seen quite a bit of it, Teela is like just as much of a main character as He-Man. Like, focusing on her is no problem to me. Like, I don't get it. Okay, people, but it's good. I like it. I give it my seal of approval, but we're only like 5 episodes in.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've absolutely zero interest in He-Man. I didn't grow up on it. I don't know much about it. I think I was probably just a little bit late or between the eras of it being a thing. I remember having a Snake Mountain playset that got handed down to me by a family friend who was, he was probably 3 or 4 years older than me, so it was probably, prime for him. And for years I didn't know what it was, and I remember I had this wolf head microphone thing, and it was weird. And I used it for my Ninja Turtles because I thought, this kind of, the inside of it kind of looks like a turtle lair, so I used it for my Ninja Turtles. But yeah, I don't see myself going and watching it anyway because I just don't know much about it, so it hasn't really.
Yeah, I didn't really grow up with He-Man either, but the more I've kind of accepted my identity as just a toy guy,
Yeah.
Like, above all else, I am a fan of toys and the toy industry more than Star Wars as a film movie franchise and Transformers as a franchise and all that. Like, the toys are my thing. And
Yeah.
He-Man toys are amazing. I don't have a lot of them because I like having a little of a lot, not a lot of a lot, because then it just gets excessive.
Yeah.
And like, as I've kind of learned more about He-Man as a toy line, like I've started to really like it, and I'm like, I'll check out this new show. Why not? And I think it's great. Like, in the first episode, they show like every freaking vehicle and play set and like all these obscure characters from the original line. It's great. Like, it's total fan service. And then after that, it's like a really cool and unique, interesting story.
Yeah, so, cool.
I mean, I really like it, but I mean, I'm kind of starving for some content right now. Because, like, after the Marvel stuff, like, we still have Bad Batch going. What do you think of Bad Batch so far?
I'm digging it. I like Bad Batch a lot. There's sort of been a lot of episodes. There's probably been 4 or 5 episodes. The recent one that came out the other night, they sort of work well as standalone episodes, but I don't feel like they're constantly pushing the story forward.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's good, but it has the same issues.
It's coming across as a little bit more of a launching platform for other stories. Like, are we going to get a Kanan series like Young Kanan? Are we going to get Young Hera? Are we going to get some like prequel series to Rebels? You know, I don't know. It feels like there's a lot of cameos, and I don't see how that's all going to pay off in the end. But you know, we've still probably got 3 episodes left.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It has the same issues that the Clone Wars had for me. Like, the Clone Wars isn't like Star Wars Clone Wars, the original one, to me is a masterpiece. I love that.
Yeah.
But the Clone Wars has like the few arcs that are absolute masterpieces, and then the rest of the show is good. But there's just a lot of filler that like doesn't really go anywhere.
Yeah,
like, that was a fun 20 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm guessing that's why Bad Batch is kind of working as well, because it does feel like season 8 of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Just without Jedi, and you're sort of having these sort of one-off missions, you know, episode over here. It's like the Lair of Grievous episode. It's the only real episode that's Kit Fisto-centric. And, you know, then you've got another episode that's over here and another episode that's over there. And I guess it's a little bit like that, so...
Yeah, I did like the 2-episode Ryloth a lot. That's probably the best. The first, like, opening episode, the hour-long one, and then the Ryloth stuff is probably the best so far. Captain Hauser, man. MVP. I love him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's cool.
It's so weird, though, that his figure is, like, called Ballast. Like, the Vintage Collection figure is Captain Ballast. And
really?
He's called Captain Ballast on the TVC card. And then in the show, they call him Hauser, and I'm like, I guess his name is Hauser. Well, so, like, is his name Hauser, or is it? I mean, it's Hauser. That is his name. But like, does he have a full name? Is he a clone trooper with 2 names, Hauser Ballast? Or is Ballast just like an original name, and they decided to change it?
I hadn't actually like clicked with me yet, so.
Yeah, as soon as he showed up.
Pack. Yeah, I looked at that 4-figure pack, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be able to get that anyway, so I'm just going to ignore it. And I didn't look at it any further. And yeah, I recognize the figure from the show, like Hauser. He's in that pack. That's cool, you know. But yeah, I didn't even click that the name's wrong.
Yeah, I've been getting so lucky, and I am eternally grateful that I've been getting lucky to get in these pre-orders. I somehow got in a pre-order for that 4-pack during like the 10-second window it was available. And like, I've been looking at those figures so hard and looking at the card backs and everything, and I'm like, oh, Clone Captain Ballast. I can't wait to see him in the show, because it was cool to see that there is a clone trooper figure revealed before we even knew who the character was. And then in the show, they call him, I'm like, oh, it's Ballast. And then they call him Hauser. And I'm like, is it the same guy? And I go back at the figure, and I'm like, dude, it's exactly the same guy.
Yeah.
but it's, different name.
I mean, I guess it could have been a case of, they changed his name late in the game, and Hasbro already had the work done. A bit like how they sort of revealed Rampart before he'd even been in the show. Like that's kind of weird, but
Yeah, I feel like Hasbro's they've been doing a lot of inaccurate stuff lately, I've noticed. There's been a lot of inaccurate things. Like both the 6-inch and the 3¼ inch Elite Squad Trooper, they don't have the striping that they do in the show. Because they have like this very subtle striping on their arms and their helmet. And also the Imperial Crosshair 6-inch figure doesn't have the right shoulder pads.
No, you're right. They've just repainted him.
Yeah.
He's basically got Stormtrooper shoulders.
Yeah, and I mean, my brother and I were talking about that, and I guess you could fix it if you got like one of the knockoff Stormtrooper Black Series figures on like AliExpress or wherever, and just like popped that off, painted the shoulder pads, and popped it back on. Like, I guess that could fix it, but still, I mean, if you're remolding all these other things, I guess the concept art had the his original shoulders still, like the Captain Rex. The 6-inch and the TVC, like he's got his binoculars and he didn't use those in the show.
I sort of meant to go back and watch like the first episode we saw with Crosshair and Imperial armor and see if they just repainted it and whether it's been like an evolution over time. Because if it's accurate to the first episode, say they've just got his Bad Batch armor and said, look, we need to give this a coat of black paint, and that would kind of make sense. But yeah. Anyway. Question here from Isaac. It says, hey Adam, what do you think of seeing Luke in Mando season 2 finale?
Man, so I haven't had a chance to really talk about this, like outside of just maybe a tweet or two. So I'm not really someone to fanboy, right? I'm not like, oh my gosh. The only time I can really think that I remotely did that was Vader in Rogue One. Like, everyone did that. But I was so fortunate to be able to watch the Mando season 2 finale with 0 spoilers. Like no idea at all that Luke was going to be there. Yeah, me neither. I have not freaked out watching a show or a movie or anything as much as I freaked out when I'm like, wait, is that Luke? And I'm just yelling at the TV like, is that Luke? It's Luke. And I'm just, like freaking out. And the music was just giving me chills. How he cut down the Dark Troopers, and even he had a cool hallway scene, and I was just wow. Like,
I went from sitting on the couch to like sitting in the middle of the living room floor with the TV in front of me, like a meter away, just rocking like in the fetal position.
Dude, it was insane, absolutely insane. And I made a tweet a little bit ago where I was like, I wish that I could have another moment. I don't know if it would even be possible for me to have another moment in my life that would get me as excited as that. I mean, the opening of the Bumblebee movie was also really great because that was just like, as a huge Transformers fan, oh my gosh, seeing Soundwave and Shockwave and Starscream, and they actually don't look like, metal, horrible shards of crap from the Michael Bay movies.
Yeah, right.
Like that was amazing. But it only lasted like a couple minutes.
Okay.
And it was the start of the movie.
One yet.
I mean, that movie was great. The Bumblebee movie is the best live-action Transformers movie. Like, not even like that. Even though that was just such a short part, you could tell that there was a lot of love put into it.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out.
Oh yeah, it's really good. I mean, I don't know if it'd make you want to get some figures because the figures aren't bad, but
yeah. I don't know. I've sort of had my sort of time with Transformers like years ago, and I just sort of it's too much of a deep dive, and I know I sort of can exercise a little bit of restraint now when I know that something's going to be a deep dive.
Yeah, it's a pretty deep dive. Like one thing I gotta ask, because it's also on the topic of Star Wars. What was your opinion, and what is your opinion on the Hasbro Star Wars Transformers crossover toys that came out like late 2000s, like early 2010s? Did you get any of those?
I didn't know. I remember seeing them in the shops, and it was almost like I don't know. Yeah, it was. I kind of just didn't really think about them too much. There's always one or two that'd be like, oh, you know, this looks cool as the ship mode or whatever, and I was like, eh. Had I come across them today, I might pick one or two up just because it's like, oh, you know, these are something different to what I've got now. You know, if it was like a Luke Skywalker or a Darth Vader or something, I might pick it up. But yeah, I remember seeing them, and I still see them at like secondhand stores now, and it's just like, kind of see why it didn't work. But I don't know, they were around for a few years.
They were, yeah. I do have to say though, I have a few, and I've observed quite a few. They are horrible. There's a couple that are not bad, but the people who design Transformers, like the toys that came out around that time, were like really nicely engineered, really nice and chunky, and felt great. Those people had nothing to do with the Star Wars ones. The people who engineered the Star Wars ones had no idea how to make a Transformer.
Yeah, right.
And
I've just sort of Googled them now, just doing a quick image search.
They look so spindly and thin and gross, and they have half the vehicle just hanging off of them, and they have like these weird robotic heads of like. See, how they should have done it was have Optimus Prime turn into the Millennium Falcon, have Megatron turn into an AT-AT, have Starscream turn into a TIE Fighter. Like that's how they should have done it.
Do a proper crossover.
Yeah, like because they've done crossovers like that in the past, where like they transform into G.I. Joe vehicles. That Vader is something special, and it is.
He looks like Darth Vader, like a robot Darth Vader with a TIE fighter strapped to his back.
Yeah, and he just has a big old shield that was like half of the wing, and the other is like a weird cape. Yeah. And then the Jedi Starfighter figures. I have an Obi-Wan Kenobi I got at the thrift store. Absolute garbage. Like he's got the thinnest little limbs and this big old fat body, and they gave the big old wings of like the Revenge of the Sith, like Jedi Interceptor. They're just folded on his back like a cape. And they basically serve as like a third leg because his actual legs are too weak for him to stand. Look at that. Isn't that awful? Isn't that simply the worst?
It's terrible, but you know what? If I found this somewhere, I'd probably buy it and just put it on my Darth Vader shelf because I have a bit of a Darth Vader tribute shelf.
Man, you know what? I think you need to look at some of the Star Wars Transformers, and you need to get one, just one.
I'm gonna try and find this one.
It's so special. Like I've heard that mold isn't the worst. Like you can take the whole hyperspace ring stuff off if you're bothered by it. I don't have that one, but I've heard it isn't the worst. Apparently the Magna Guard is really good. I really want that one. Because I mean it's still a robot, so they're able to make it work.
There's a Mace Windu Jedi Starfighter one. It looks like they went a bit crazy with the Jedi Starfighters. They're just like, oh, we've got a mold. We'll just slap a different head and different paint color on it.
They repainted it 1,000 times.
So there's Mace looking like a Obi-Wan.
Like the arms are so spindly, and that's the one I have. I have that Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And the legs collapse in on themselves, so he can't even stand.
Yeah. I'm gonna look into it later.
There's if you want a Darth Vader, they did like one that turns into the Death Star, one that turns into the Star Destroyer, and it can turn into an Anakin, and it can turn into a Venator. I've heard that one's special. And then I think there's been like a few other Darth Vaders. He probably got the most.
Question here from Goodies Toys. Would anyone like to see a 3.75 Clone Wars Shark T? Absolutely.
She's in need of a new figure.
Very much so, yeah. When was their last figure? That would have been the animated Clone Wars one from 2010 or 11.
Yeah, I think that's the most recent one.
We're talking 10 years since we've had a Shark T. Before that would have been
Force Unleashed, I guess.
Force Unleashed one, yeah. Which would be a nice re-release, I'll be honest.
Yeah, because that's one Force Unleashed figure I missed out on.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I didn't get all the Force Unleashed figures, but that's one I still would really want.
My brother got them all, and I am so jealous. He had to bend over backwards to get like the Mandalorian Star Killer and the Raxus Prime armor.
Yeah.
I never got those ones. Breaks my heart.
Nah, me neither. More clones, less Jedi.
Did you see Revenge of the Sith? The clones took care of the Jedi. We're all good.
I could do with some more clones. I could do with some more new Jedi, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having some more Jedi. I don't think I need any more clone troopers, though. I think I'm good.
Yeah, I think you're good.
I am never good. I always need more.
You've kind of built your YouTube channel based on your clone troopers and your love of clones.
I know, right? Like, I think... Oh, yeah, my next Clone Corner video is... I'll let the people who are watching the stream know. It is a big, like, 40-minute long entire update of my Clone Trooper collection.
Oh, nice.
That was fun to film.
Get the popcorn out, folks. Get yourself a nice drink. Hey, it's Jock. Revelations was the first He-Man show I've watched, and honestly, it made me just want the toys after binging it. JC nailed it on the toy comment. They are fantastic.
Yeah, I messed with
Hey, Linda.
after I watched that. The Scare Glow figure is like the best glow-in-the-dark toy ever made. And if you have some UV lights, put him in the UV lights, and he illuminates so bright. He's like my favorite. And he's actually in the show for the first time. This toy-only character gets like a character in the show, and it's great.
Yeah, right. Childhood confession. Pretty much ditched Star Wars for He-Man, which I pretty much ditched for Transformers.
That's how it always goes as a kid. Like, you always just like ditch it and then move on, ditch it and move on. I would say the only thing that remained a constant for me as a kid was G.I. Joe.
Yeah. It just makes me think of my new puppy. He's like running around with one toy and then he's like, I'm going to drop that and I'm going to play with a tennis ball now. And it's like 3 minutes later, he's got something else. That's what kids do.
Yeah, like our cats do the same thing.
My favorite character is Luke Skywalker. Skywanker. Oh, there you go.
I was going to say, read that again.
Yeah.
Or Luke Skywalker. Or Luke. How was the other misspelling?
I'm surprised Hasbro hasn't put this on a packaging yet, to be honest.
Man, if they did, that would have had to have been recalled.
Yeah.
And that box would have gotten so rare. Dude, I can't believe they messed it up twice, 2 different ways on the same box.
Yeah.
It was Luke Skywalker, and then what was the other one?
Luke Squawker.
Yeah, Luke Squawker. Luke Squawker.
That's still so funny how that made it through QC twice with 2 different errors.
I can't, like, we were talking about it earlier, like Hasbro's been like, I feel like they've been making some more mistakes lately.
Yeah.
And I think that's
the Kano Jax one was a big one.
Yeah, I can't believe they did that.
Like, all it takes is a Google image search but they completely bypass the image search.
It's like, who was responsible for that?
It's like, was their research team on lockdown and just, they were meant to be in a Zoom meeting, but they were at the park or something?
Yeah, and one thing I do have to say, I feel like Disney doesn't give them as accurate of information as non-Disney Lucasfilm did back in the day.
Yeah.
Because, like, the Bad Batch Captain Rex, he's based off of concept art entirely. Where, like, you remember he got his pauldron shot, the blue part of his pauldron?
Yeah.
At the end. The Bad Batch concept, he just had that piece removed. He just took it off because it got shot. But in the show, they just had it repaired. So all the figures have the concept art, and it's not accurate to the show, but, it honestly makes more sense story-wise, though.
Yeah, I assume they just took the pauldron off so that the sort of poncho would fit over the shoulders better.
I think it was both a mix of that and also how it got shot, because there was like a concept art sheet released of Captain Rex, and it did not show him with that pauldron part. So I think whoever that was a really clever like little inclusion, because it also explained why he just ditched it in Rebels.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was thinking, was he wearing it in Rebels? But no, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that kind of makes sense then.
But then they just brought it back in the actual show for whatever
Yeah.
reason.
I'd like to see this guy in Black Series or
I'm
Vintage
surprised
Collection.
we haven't yet.
Yeah. Wouldn't be a difficult one.
They would have to add some thickness to him, though.
Yeah. He is a bit more of a chunky boy. CT7171 says, hi, everyone. Who's 7171? What's your clone knowledge? Can you tell me who 7171 is, or is that just a chosen?
I'm going to look it up. I'm not that good with the numbers. I know a few. I think he made that one up. That's a cool number, though. 7171.
I can just imagine Pong Krell saying it. CT7171.
CT7567. Like that's one I know. I know Rex's, of course.
Yeah,
I don't know Commander Cody's. What's Commander Cody's? I have no idea.
I know 5597 because that's Jesse.
Yeah, and then 1010 is Fox, and then Arc 77 is Fordo.
Yeah, 5555 is Fives.
Yeah,
obviously. I can't remember what Echo was.
I think Bakar is 1138. He's CC 1138, and then Boss from Republic Commando is RC 1138.
Oh, nice. Last episode was a bit boring, but even then it had enjoyable moments. The last 3 episodes of Bad Batch have a bunch to wrap up, set up if they go with season 2. Ryloth was too epic. I agree. It was like the last episode. It was a good episode. It was fun, but it didn't really push the full story ahead. It just sort of, we got to see a little bit of Omega's sort of empathetic nature again, which, that could in itself sort of be a slight build-up for what's going to happen at the end. I'm interested to see what's going to happen because Kevin Kiner, the music guy, composer, had to think of the word. Apparently he broke down in tears in the last episode. So, yeah, definitely interested to see what's going on. And the whole stream.
I guess someone might kick the bucket.
Yeah, I think so. I'm thinking probably Hunter. But don't know.
That would make sense.
Like that's just enough sort of, tragic element sort of thing.
Yeah, but we can't kill Echo again, man. He's already died like once.
Yeah, no, Echo needs to. I've heard people calling for a retcon of Echo Base from Empire Strikes Back being like a reference to Echo.
It could be.
So make Echo sort of, because they did like Rogue Squadron is now sort of retcon to be, an honor to an ode to the Rogue One crew. So why not do it for Echo too? I think he's had a pretty messed up time of it. So. Let him have his time. Frozen Vibranium Productions. Hello there, General Kenobi. Ultimate Bad Batch payoff. Crosshair kills everybody.
Oh my goodness.
I think Crosshair is on a redemption path. Honestly,
I'm hoping they get the chip out of him.
Yeah,
I'm really curious about if they're going to explore more clone troopers. I'd love to see Commander Cody back. I'd love to see his story get wrapped up. Even if he ends up dying, he's my boy. I want to see more of him.
Yeah.
There's rumors that Tamora Morrison might be in the Obi-Wan movie or the Obi-Wan show.
Hear that, yeah.
So, I've always kind of toyed with this idea, either a flashback or maybe, Commander Cody tracks down Obi-Wan and for whatever reason doesn't turn him in.
Yeah.
And Cody might be the reason why the Empire kind of stayed away from Tatooine. I mean, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Ewan McGregor did spoil that stormtroopers do appear.
Yeah.
Right? So at some point they end up on Tatooine. So
Hiya, Aaron. Hope you're doing well. Captain Ballast is the imposter.
That's pretty sussy.
Sir McDonk wants to know, have you ever been attacked by a honey badger? Can't
Nope.
say I have. Not yet.
I don't think I've been attacked by much wildlife. There's been some raccoons. Raccoons are fun.
Yeah, I've been bitten by the odd spider here and there, but that's about it.
I mean, you should consider yourself pretty lucky on that, because we were talking in the last show about, maybe it was like after we had like went off air, we were talking about the Australian wildlife. Because I'd mentioned that like in America, Australia has this reputation of basically being a death pit of all this dangerous wildlife.
It kind of is, though. Not really.
I mean, we've got a lot of crazy stuff in the United States too. Like we just not in the city where I am, but like down in the country where my brother is. Like you just turn over a rock and there's a snake under it.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's yeah. We've got dangerous crap. It's just a matter of how you deal with it. Jock says, I've got the Tiger Shark Gunship Star Wars Transformer crossover figure and it's great. Wish the line did the figures as their own characters. Do a proper crossover. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I've got like the actual Attack of the Clones gunship. And that one's like the vehicle mode on that is amazing. But the robot leaves a lot to be desired. Because how they did it, they just like the legs and the arms just fold away. That's how they always did it on those. They're not part of the vehicle.
Yeah. Action figure expert asked, did you guys back the Razor Crest? Are you going to get the Rancor from HasLab? Yes and yes.
Yes and no for me, because I don't need another Rancor, just slightly bigger.
I don't need another Rancor. I want one.
I'm really excited to see how it looks like, though. I'm hoping they go all out for it. Because, I mean, I did back the Razor Crest. That's the first and only HasLab I've done so far.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for it. I'm really excited. No idea where it's going to go. None whatsoever.
No, neither do I. I've got zero space for anything. So it's... Yeah, I'm going to have to just have a table in the middle of my room here, I think. Which I do have already, but I think it's just going to have to live on it.
Yeah, I'm really thinking, like, maybe I might just put some stuff in storage. I'd hate to do that because I have, like, 99% of my stuff out on display.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Hey, G-Force. D. Dixon says, hey, guys, any thoughts on the current state of TVC? Any hope for the future? Just off the top of my head, I don't know. I feel like they're kind of just sort of drip feeding us at the moment for...
Yep.
Just sort of, just hush hush for a little while, guys. Like, and then we start getting, then the TVC fans start getting noisy again, and they drop a little bit more product, and it's just a, hush hush. Just we're trying to focus on Black Series and make that the thing. And I kind of feel like it's sort of drip feeding, and then they do something wonderful, like like the recent Clone Wars announcements. And it's probably enough just to keep everyone quiet for a little while. But I don't know. I think it's not going to be what it was ever again. Say like back 2010, those sort of years around there. But I don't think it'll ever stop. I think they'll just, I don't know. I think it is just going to be a sort of a little bit slower, sort of steadier line for the future. But
yeah, I definitely agree with the whole drip feeding thing. Like, imagine your favorite beverage about 10 years ago. You could just, go into the bar and just drink it. Like, have much as you want, get drunk as hell. Fine.
Yeah.
But now it's like that same beverage, they've really refined it, and it's really, really good now. And you really want to go back to the bar and get it. So you go back and you're like, hey man, do you have some? We have this little tube that we can literally like drip into your mouth, and that's literally it.
Yeah.
Like, It's really good now. Like it's really good, but it's just so little.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, we want more. I mean,
Like we want
conspiracy.
TVC, we want TVC IV. Like we want it on we want to plug it in and just fed to us.
Yeah, I definitely do. I have a conspiracy. I have a tinfoil hat conspiracy as to why Vintage Collection isn't made as much as Black Series. And honestly, it comes down to the profit margin. Like, if you look at the figures side by side, besides just the amount of plastic, which at the end of the day doesn't make too much of a difference when it comes to how much things cost, they basically have the same parts count nowadays, same amount of deco and everything, and Black Series is like about $10 more. There's a larger profit margin for Black Series, and there's a big market for it now. So they focus more on Black Series because it makes them more money, and Vintage Collection that, you know, basically takes the exact amount of effort and resource to develop and make, you know, is sold for less.
Yeah.
And they know that, like, if they make TVC the same price as Black Series, then people ain't going to be happy about that.
I mean, we saw it happen 10 years ago with Marvel Universe, you know, eventually phasing out 3.75 and going to 6-inch. And now there's collectors out there that wouldn't even know about 3.75-inch Marvel Universe because it's just Legends is, you know, as a line, if you're a Marvel fan, like a Marvel comic fan, toy collector, you would be loving it. Like, you'd be broke as hell, but you'd have so many great figures and characters coming out. And the Marvel team's absolutely killing it.
Oh yeah, they're killing it. My sister-in-law, she collects Marvel Legends really heavy. I always kind of forget just how much there is until I go visit my brother and her, and she's got her collection just like, it's so much that they've done for the 6-inch Marvel Legends. It's 6-inch, I feel like, since Marvel Legends started with the Toy Biz days, has been the bread and butter for Marvel. You know, it was the Marvel Universe that was kind of going away from that, and then they went back to it. Now, granted, I know that Marvel Universe had its fans, and that's awesome. I wish they would still do stuff for them besides the 5 points of articulation stuff. But, like, for Star Wars, the bread and butter has always been the 3 3/4 inch, and it was that it was made that size because they made vehicles to go with them. And you know, they still do vehicles and they still do play sets, not as much as they used to. You can't walk into a store and find like all the stuff that you could 10 years ago. I've wondered, like, why can't they just do the same thing they did 10 years ago? And I hate to say it, but they made an attempt to do the same thing they did 10 years ago. And that was with The Force Awakens. And a lot of that stuff just did not sell.
No, it didn't, sadly.
And I feel like, I do honestly feel like a lot of it was the movie was good. I really liked The Force Awakens. I got a lot of the stuff from it. And I feel like the reasons why it didn't, you know, it wasn't as much of a success, especially like Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. There's like barely any toys for Rise of Skywalker. Was, I think it's partly, I mean, you could say like it's, you know, oh, the story and the characters, they weren't as interesting, blah, blah, blah. If you go back to when you were a kid, when you walked into the toy aisle, what were you really wanting? You're like, I want the cool guys with the cool colors and the cool armor with the awesome weapons and, you know, the really heroic heroes and, you know, and I don't feel like the sequel trilogy really had a lot of good designs that were very toyetic.
Yeah.
A lot of, if you look at the Resistance, like if you look at your shelf of sequel trilogy stuff, it's mostly earth tone. A lot of tans, a lot of browns. And I don't feel like that popped on store shelves. And I think that was maybe a reason, because a lot of that stuff is still clearance. A lot of the more earth tone characters, good and bad. Yeah.
I think the other side of it is, you know, they've gone, in terms of licensing and marketing and stuff like that, they've gone, well, last time we started a new trilogy of movies, you know, Phantom Menace got so much product, and they thought, well, let's try and capture that again with Force Awakens. and they just put so much product out that it was overload, and it was selling, but it wasn't clearing out like they'd probably hoped it would.
And the funny thing is, the same thing happened with the Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like Hasbro and Lucasfilm just gave up. They were like, we're still going to push it because it's still Star Wars. And
yeah. But then that comes down to the retailer. Once Hasbro sold their allotments, it's sold. Like, it's up to the retailers then.
Yeah, like with Star Wars, I feel like they just gave up. Because I walk into a store, like I have a Target that's super close to where I live. I check it like once or twice a week. And I can literally see this Target from the end of my driveway. It is that close to my house. And it is a 1-minute drive and like a 5-minute walk. So I check it a lot. And I see like a lot of these lines get, restocked very well. And then I see them empty. I see the pegs are empty because they sold. The Transformers sell really well. Fortnite sells really well. I would say that Marvel sells all right if they don't have like 20 of the same character. But Star Wars, they get maybe it's so empty. They get maybe one case of Black Series, and then it sells. But they don't get it. They don't get the stuff.
Yeah.
Because Transformers, sometimes I walk in after they restock and it's loaded.
Yeah.
And
some of my local Targets that I visit, some of the Targets that I visit here, basically don't even have a Star Wars section anymore. I know my local Kmart doesn't have a Star Wars section, but they sort of filled in that space with Space Jam, and that stuff isn't selling at all.
Oh yeah, have you seen the thing with the LeBron James figure? Where
I've seen a couple of the figures, and I sort of looked around at them, and I'm just like, eh.
So they made like a 12-inch LeBron James, and you can very easily pop his head off while he's still in the package in the store. And it's becoming this viral trend of headless LeBron Jameses. I went to Walmart just today. 3 LeBron James, no heads.
Yeah, right. Are people stealing them, or are they just ripping them off in the package?
They're probably just ripping them off and taking them. I'm sure if you go on eBay, I'm going to do this right now and see if I can find some LeBron James heads.
Someone's going to catch up on the chat for a little bit. The Geigen guy says, yo, it's me, the Geigen guy. I saw his.
No way. Someone has a LeBron James head listed for $1,000. That is hilarious. Wow. I don't think Hasbro's done anything that stupid, just making a head pop offable. Well, actually, correction, they did. There was a Vulture toy from one of the Spider-Man cartoons. Every time I saw him, his head was gone.
Hydra Stormtrooper says, this is amazing. I can't believe I'm seeing Tartakovsky for the first time. Good vibes. Absolutely. Do you think TVC will make a clone gunship?
I hope they do.
That. I would love that. I just don't see it happening.
I hope they give it a clone pilot instead of a clone commander like the Lego set did. Did you see that where the designer of the Ultimate Collector gunship was like, we threw in a clone commander and like all everyone really remembers is that the pilot just had some yellow on him so he can double as both. Like, dude, if the people who are dropping $300 on a clone gunship know the difference between the pilot and the commander, okay? I'm just saying.
Exactly. Co-production says stop spamming. Yes, I did notice the spammer and sorted that out quickly.
Who was spamming? What are they spamming?
Oh, I don't know what it was. I just ignored it and moved them on.
Oh, I'm looking in the chat. I see it.
Darth Muzzer says, hi. Hey, mate. Hope you're well. Did any of you guys get the Walmart pre-orders? Well, I didn't because we don't have Walmart, so that's a...
Get wrecked. Just move to America, dude. Stop complaining and move to America.
Just get up and move your life across the other side of the planet.
Yeah.
So you can I can get my action figures.
Yeah, otherwise you shouldn't complain that Hasbro doesn't care about you. I somehow did. I don't know how. I somehow did. I overslept too. But thankfully, whoever put them up also overslept because they didn't go up until 10 minutes after 10 in the morning.
Carlos. I muted myself. Carlos says, I'm so excited. I got the Clone Wars 501st Legion Clone Trooper in great condition and, yellowing and 2 blasters. And yesterday I got the Clone Wars 30th Anniversary Collection Utapau Airborne Trooper.
Ooh, that's awesome. So is that Clone Wars 501st, is it the Phase 1 or the Phase 2? Because the Phase 1's great, but the Phase 2 is literally like one of the rarest Clone Trooper figures you can get.
Agreed, the Ryloth arc. I'm so behind in these comments.
Yes, let's do a lightning round. We'll catch up.
Darth Muzzer picked up my Galaxy's Edge Falcon yesterday. It's huge. It's
I never got the BMF.
It's so good, though. It's so
good. I never got the BMF. I want to get the Power of the Force one.
Yeah, I had the BMF. I had the Legacy Collection BMF, which is the same thing as the Galaxy's Edge one. The Galaxy's Edge one is it's more expensive. It's as expensive as the Razor Crest HasLab down here, like at $700.
Oh yeah.
But they recently had it on special for $500, and it still wasn't enough for me to go, I want to get this thing. So, but it looks like Muzzer's picked it up for that price, which is reasonable. For these days, it's
Isn't it crazy how it was like $100 US for that big old Falcon back when it came out?
Yeah, I think it was $250 here at Toys R Us back in 2010, 2009. Hey man, there was some bot spamming on another stream saying you declared war with the streamer and you're going to DDoS him if they didn't donate to this stream. Is this your doing? I don't know what that is. I don't know what DDoS is.
Yeah, we got nothing to do with that.
Yeah, no.
Probably just some troll or whatever.
Yeah, I blocked.
Gotta love live streaming.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get. Kind of bothered by how Echo hasn't asked about 5s yet. I feel like he'd know.
I mean, Rex and Echo just talked about 5s casually when Rex was in Bad Batch.
Yeah.
So they must have had that conversation off screen.
Darth Muzzer got bit by a kangaroo once and nearly took the end of his finger off.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Congrats.
They are a-holes, those kangaroos.
And then our American equivalent.
If they're not biting you, they're trying to. If they're not biting you, they're trying to kick you, or they're jumping in front of your car.
Yeah, and deer, they just wander around and run away, and they just get totally blinded in your headlights. The
Utapau Airborne Trooper also had its accessories intact. Very nice.
Ooh, that's cool. It's hard to get them with like couches and everything.
Lego AWC stop motion and says, I'm excited about these upcoming TVC figures.
Yo, speaking of TVC, there have not been pre-orders for the new Lando and the new IG-11 yet. They revealed those.
No, there hasn't.
I just realized that because I was thinking of new TVC figures, and I'm like, where's the pre-order on those?
That's how I usually forget about figures, or that's how I usually keep remembering, because if I've got them on pre-order somewhere, it's usually in my mental, the back of my brain somewhere, the half of my brain that's devoted to Star Wars and Star Wars figures. I sort of remember what's coming by what I've actually pre-ordered and put deposits on.
Yeah, same here.
The 501st goes great with Mark Trooper 5s from TVC and Anakin from Clone Wars. The Utapau Airborne goes well with an Obi-Wan figure I've had since I was little. Nice. They should have made a shirtless Kit Fisto. I wouldn't rule it out yet.
Ooh,
they've done it before. They've done it before. They could do it again. Rabbit Hammer, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's up, dude?
Good to see you in the chatski. Marvel Universe issue was that they were kind of trash. I don't know. I didn't think they were that bad, but I did.
They did have the hip issue. Like their hips were just simple ball joints, and they popped off all the time.
Yeah, they sort of just started slacking off with the articulation on them a little bit towards the end, and then
Yeah,
yeah,
back when they just changed them to being Marvel Legends but smaller.
Hasbro has to keep making TVC until they bring out Space Werewolf. How's that, Full Moon? I just had him out before. Yeah, put him on TVC card. And then you'll have my permission to die.
See, only with Star Wars would you get a figure of an alien werewolf wearing armor and wielding a laser sword. Only with Star Wars, man.
Absolutely.
That's why I love it.
Marvel Universe only became trash when Hasbro started finally trying with the 6-inch, since they could see that was going to be the main market. Yeah, it's sort of, I think that's what they've tried to do with Star Wars, but we're a noisy bunch of folks that won't let them, it won't roll over and just let them do what they want to do. It's like, no, you must keep going. But at the same time, Star Wars has got 40 plus years of 3.75 inch scale action figures, so we don't want
it's so deep into the lore now with the 3 3/4 and stuff. Like, just the other day, I got Brea Organa for $4. Like, I have a figure of Jimmy Smith's wife from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, that's how deep we're getting with this.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wish they'd keep going that deep.
I mean, I'm really happy that they're doing the Mythrol, because that seems like something they would have done ages ago, and that's really cool.
Yeah. And you just know the Black Series is around the corner for that guy too.
I'm surprised there hasn't been I think about, like, with Black Series and TVC, like, who's done what so far. And I'm really shocked there has not been a Black Series, like, crate Luke yet. The Force Projection Luke. I'm shocked about that.
Yeah.
That's a really expensive vintage collection figure, isn't it?
It is now, yeah. I'm glad I got one when I did.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it when the pre-orders were up, and now it's just.
But yeah, I remember the artist who was doing the Black Series artwork and the black and white line drawings. Some of his artwork leaked, and he'd done one for Crate Luke as well.
Ooh!
So he was definitely in the pipeline. I've got the SH Figure Arts one. I just want to say that Hasbro can do better than that, because I really like that figure. But I feel like these days Hasbro could do better than SHF.
And for a fraction of the price, too.
Yeah, like, I feel like they nailed Count Dooku. Like, that's so much better than the SHF one.
I remember SH Figure Arts when those are really coming out. Everyone was like, man, these are the shit. And the Black Series are just horrible. And, like, man, the SH Figure Arts, they're not bad. I have a few.
Yeah.
Their faces are not that good at all.
Some of them are horrible. Some of them are
Darth Maul.
Really great.
A fan of mine just commented, like, the SH Figure Arts Darth Maul looks like a mini Hot Toys, and it does.
Yeah.
That head's amazing. But then, like, even you look at the Trooper helmets, like the Clone Trooper helmets, like the Phase 2 SH Figure Arts Trooper, that looks horrible.
Yeah.
It looks nothing like it. I like it.
I recently sold my SH Figure Arts. Episode 1 Obi-Wan, Maul, and Qui-Gon, just because I've got the Black Series ones now, and they're great. Like, they're good figures. I really like them. So I'm like, I don't really need these other ones anymore. The Qui-Gon was great, but I'm happy with the Qui-Gon I have now.
Yeah, and I just don't see the price for SH Figure Arts either.
Yeah, like, it's not groundbreaking technology anymore now that Hasbro's doing photoreal and pinless technology.
Yeah, pinless is crazy.
And
like,
now
I just got
nailed that down. Like, it's
like, I got for Amazon Prime Day. They had the SH Figure Arts Severus Snape for only $30.
Oh wow!
And he's my favorite Harry Potter character, so I'm like, yeah, I'll get this. And it's a cool figure, but it feels just like a $20 figure. And it was originally $60.
Yeah.
Like, how was it $60? I don't see the value. With some things like those Reveltech figures, those are insane. There's so much engineering into those. I get those. But others, I just, I don't see the value on a lot of import stuff.
Yeah. I keep looking at, like, Mafex as well, and
those are so good.
What are are they? I can't remember. the ones that are wearing like the super accurate outfits, and like comic daredevils wearing like actual fabric jumpsuit, and
like Mezco.
Mezco, yeah, 112, yeah. They're incredible, but you're paying for them. You're paying for what they are.
Because those were marketed as like, high-end 1/6 at half the size.
Yeah.
Still waiting on my Mr. Freeze pre-order like a year and a half later. They keep pushing it back.
Yeah, well, yeah, right. Yeah, Rabbit says, but F me, the Legends are fantastic, no doubt, and I love them. First DD figure. I'm 15 minutes behind on the chat, but we'll get there.
We'll get there.
I've slowed down the number of Legends I buy, though, and it hurts sometimes. Some figures I draw over, but he's been done. Also trying to weed out the ones I don't need.
Yeah, I got to be super selective with them now. Yeah. I say that as I basically bought the entire like the Iron Man wave. But I got to be so picky.
With the 5-form import companies and NECA and dipping into statues and hot toys, this is still too much. I hear you, brother.
Dude, I'm starting. It was last year I started dipping into hot toys more.
Yeah.
And oh man, it's a road to go down.
Yeah, I've just sold off a bunch of my hot toys. I only have 3 or 4 left now. So it's.
Which ones did you sell?
Sold Last Jedi, Kylo and Rey, Force Awakens Luke, and Force Awakens Han Solo. So I've still got Force Awakens Rey and BB-8. I still have the Resistance outfit Rey, which I currently have up for sale. And my Return of the Jedi Luke, which I'm not moving.
Apparently that one's worth a lot. That Luke,
yeah,
especially after Mando.
Yeah, that's why I want to keep it.
Yeah, I've got like 5 hot toys on pre-order right now. Ah, man, got all 3 of the clones, and then the Dark Trooper and the Shore Trooper squad leader. I'm making a mistake. Yo, Pokey, what's up?
J4 Live is epic.
The first patron of my Patreon.
Oh, awesome. So much, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I've finally become a sellout.
Hey, I got a PO box, so I got a comment from the buddy Seriously Star Wars. He said it's almost like a YouTube rite of passage to get a PO box now.
I know, right?
I thought, hey, I've been doing this for over 10 years. Like, surely it's.
I'm going to try to get something out to you.
Surely I've done my rite of passage. Decapitated LeBron James is the most powerful character in the universe. LeBron James head scalpers. Literally scalpers.
Yeah, literally. They need to draw smiley faces on the ball joints in the store.
I did that to a clone figure once. I can't think who it was. It was a Clone Wars. I think it was just like a Phase 1 clone. I popped off his head and drew a little like Sharpie smiley face on it, and I can't tell you which figure it is now because I put the head and helmet back on. So
I think I did the same thing once. I think one of my clones in my collection has the exact same thing. I'm pretty sure.
Finally scored the Toy Biz Conan 2-pack with Rory for a sick price. Mint on card, and also waiting on the Marvel Select Silver Centurion. I actually never got the Legends version. I mean, it's nice, but
speaking of Diamond Select, it kind of was crazy that they started doing some Star Wars stuff. I don't know if they're going to do more, but they did the Boba and the Darth Maul so far, right? Diamond Select.
Yeah, that's it. I dare say they'll do more. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, because a lot of the Disney stores in the U.S. closed down. So it's mostly just online now.
Just put it on the back burner, and Select came out and said, why not? I like some of the Select figures. I don't have many of them, but I have picked up the odd one here and there. I got the Spider-Man PS4 figure from Select, and that's a great figure. I customized it so it had better articulation, but it's a great figure.
Yeah, like I've been collecting the Diamond Select Avatar The Last Airbender stuff.
Oh, nice.
They're pretty good. They have their quirks.
Yeah. I just bought the best action. What is it? The best action Aang.
Oh, that's a good one. That's probably the best thing you can get.
Yeah, until McFarlane do theirs, they look fantastic.
Yeah, I got all. And speaking of pre-orders, where I'm going to have no money by the end of the year, I got all those on pre-order too.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to consider them when they get a little bit closer to release, because they look fantastic.
Yeah, they're really inexpensive too, like $10 a figure, and they seem pretty fully articulated.
I want TVC Spider Mall. You know what? I want TVC Mall everything. You and me too. I'm very scared that the Diamond Select Avatar line's basically ended now that McFarlane has the license for it to make figures. Yeah, I think that's the case, but I don't know. McFarlane's, what they've shown so far is absolutely amazing for those Avatar, and if they start diving into Legend of Korra as well.
Ooh, don't even get me started.
There goes some money. I haven't even watched that yet. I haven't even finished Avatar yet, but I'm into it. I'm digging it big time. So
it took me a while to watch Korra. I put it off. I didn't watch it when it aired, and I'd heard some mixed opinions on it. Of course, because it's the internet, people disliked it just because Korra was a woman, you know. Yeah. But I love it. I love Korra. It's great. I'm all in if they make a toy line.
Yeah, I'll finish Avatar and then I'll probably start on Korra. Lots of companies are sharing properties now.
Yeah, I'm surprised how much sharing there is now.
Even
with Super 7 does a lot.
Yeah, they do.
Like they're doing G.I. Joe now. They're doing Transformers.
Ninja Turtles. I was looking at some of their Ninja Turtles, like they're sort of premium. I assume they're like 6-inch scale, but they're like animated turtles from the 80s, 90s cartoon, and it's they're remarkable.
The Super 7 ones are based off the toys. The NECA ones are based off the cartoon.
Yeah.
I think the NECA are the best. Wow, absolutely astounding. It's funny because Playmates is doing nothing with TMNT right now.
Yeah, no, that really slowed down, didn't it?
Yeah, I say that though, even though I just got literally today a reissue of Raph and Mikey from Playmates at Walmart.
Yeah, right. I did say that they were coming out with the classics again.
Yeah, because I've had Donnie and Leo for years, and I never had Raph and Mikey for whatever reason. So,
hey, Bill. Oh, we're finally caught up. Oh no, we're not caught up. Carlos says the 501st is a phase 1.
That's a really good one, though. I love that 501st.
I want a TVC artillery stormtrooper, easy reuse, so it better happen.
Yes.
I think it will. Black Series definitely, because that Inferno Incinerator Trooper was great.
And then I think one of the packaging, you know how they always have the sliver of the other character on the Black Series? I think the artillery troopers basically confirmed for Black Series. Yeah. I hope we get a TVC too. Hot Toys is doing one that looks amazing, and then there's a Lego one.
Yeah,
I don't need the Lego one, but I might be tempted.
Gotta love reading ask questions. What do you think of TVC making more play sets than vehicles at the moment? I'm okay with it as long as they stop doing this whole buy 4 of them to make a scene. I almost bought a second of the Tantive Corridors, but decided to just stick with the one because it makes a good backdrop for my shelf. So
I think I need to get the Tantive Corridor. It was on sale on Amazon for their Prime Day thing, and of course it was on sale while Amazon.com was down, so I couldn't get it. Damn it! I would have bought it.
Yeah, no, it's a good set, man. It's a good set. Like I said, I've just used it as a backdrop for my New Hope shelf, and I'm happy with it for that reason. Because you get 2 of them, you create the hallway. You've got to find a nice deep shelf to keep it on. Otherwise, it makes it difficult. And I got the Cloud City chamber set, and that's way bigger than I expected. So I don't actually have space to display that at the moment. So I've had to actually pull it apart and put it away just until I can find a way to display it. But it's a really cool piece. I'm glad I didn't pay opening prices for it, like I waited. So
one thing I always forget about when I think about play sets and everything, I think about those Power of the Force like cardboard play sets, and I was thinking like, man, wouldn't it be cool if they brought those back? But I forgot that they did for the Solo movie.
Oh yeah, there was like multi-level Kessel Mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never released down here, so that's probably why I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of the Solo stuff, but
yeah, I think I got all the figures. Yeah, I think I got all the figures except for that troop builder pack.
Oh, that troop builder pack! I grieved so long that I didn't buy that, and then thankfully a fan hooked me up with it.
Oh, nice. That one never came out down here, so it's as well. So that's another thing that didn't come out down here. So
I'm hoping they do vintage collections of like the Patrol Trooper and the Mud Troopers.
Yeah, I feel like the Patrol Trooper, like that's a prime opportunity to get a TVC out with its bike.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Same as Black Series. I feel like they dropped the ball just releasing the figure on its own without its bike. Like,
I'm surprised they didn't do that.
That was a really cool design. And I thought, it looks Star Wars, it feels Star Wars. It's, it's a cool speeder bike. It wouldn't be an expensive thing to whip together, I'm sure.
Yeah, I absolutely love the Patrol Troopers because it's like they're basically military police. We've never really had military police stormtroopers before.
Yeah,
and they even look
it's
really
like they got a biker scout and a stormtrooper and put them in a blender.
Yeah, and then like
spat out
just with the colors and everything, like he looks like a police officer, and I love that.
Yeah,
and I was so tempted to get the Hot Toys, but that was before I decided to dip in. And man, I gotta withdraw because I'm looking at like the Boba Fett, the repainted armor. I've been looking at that. I want to get a Darth Vader at some point. The Hot Toys are simply amazing. There's something else.
They are.
Like the 501st and the Shock Trooper are actually releasing earlier than expected. So I'm both excited and worried about that because I wasn't expecting that financially quite yet.
At work, we've got for sale our Beskar Mando, and I just get every day I walk into the shop and I just look at it in the cabinet and I'm just like, oh, I could drop money on that right now, but I don't have the money. It's like I want it. I want to take it home.
Do you get a discount?
No, not on that. We are able to buy through the wholesaler. So we just pay wholesale price if we do that. But because this was someone's order they cancelled their order and we'd already paid for it to come in, we have to sell it at retail.
Oh yeah.
So it's $500.
Is it the deluxe or the standard edition?
Standard edition.
I have it. I have that one.
Nice.
I hate to do this to you, man. I would say you should get it. It is.
Yeah.
If you love The Mandalorian nearly as much as I do, and I'm sure you do, especially since you have that Luke. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Like I have we have the first Mando, like he's put together his sort of episode 1 armor. We have him on display in the shop and he's amazing.
Just imagine him, but like all nice and shiny silver.
Yeah.
It's a really posable and fun figure too. I was surprised.
Yeah.
Since he's mostly cloth.
Yeah, I'd love to get it. It's $500. Like I just don't have that kind of cash sitting around.
Thankfully, because it's the Mandalorian, you'll have your chances again. Like with Darth Vader, I'm putting him off because they just reissued him. They'll do more Darth Vaders. I'll have my chance.
Unless someone wants to donate some super chats and they can go to my Mando fund. Cookie Crumbs Animations says hello. Cookie Crumbs Animations, hello. Forgot about this one. Everyone talks about how did Echo react to Five's death, but no one talks about how Boyle reacted to Wax's death.
Oh man, you don't really see, I think you see Boyle maybe once after Waxer dies. I think
the 212th didn't really get the same. I think they wanted to do that, like the 212th. They really wanted to. I think they started to with like by introducing Boyle and Waxer, but they didn't really hit the same strides that the 501st did in the Clone Wars.
I mean, which makes sense because I mean they're Anakin's guys,
Exactly. Yeah.
Anakin is basically the main character of Star Wars. So
Yeah. And it's a sort of it's a more tragic tale if you see what happens with Anakin and the 501st in Revenge of the Sith, whereas we know what happens between Cody and Obi-Wan. So we had that line where he's like, that Cody, he is a good man, or something like that.
Yeah, and then like Cody was like, when would I ever let you down? And then he proceeds to shoot him off a cliff, and he proceeds to fall very far down.
Yeah. That scream of the boga, though, that breaks my heart every time.
I know. Man, the sound design.
I hope he managed to get out of the water and swim away, but I don't think so.
Well, see, one thing I think about is they didn't. The troopers, they say they didn't find Kenobi. They made no mention of like if they found his ride or not.
Yeah. For my 3.75, it's still preferred Star Wars scale. I only dip my toes in the occasional 6-inch. Lax Sivrak. To JCC, every time I hear TVC, all I can think of is your Snoke review intro.
Oh man, I don't even remember that intro. I'm gonna have to look into that. What did I even say in that?
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna do it. Oh wait, I think I remember it. Oh, I think I remember it. Whereas like all the figures are asking like, "Hey man, what about the vintage collection?"
I'll have to go back and look at that one.
Yeah.
Also, what are your thoughts on TVC Emperor's Throne Room? It's cool. It's not amazing. It's all right. Again, it's like it's not really a throne room, but they're sort of doing that. We just talked about how cool it would to do cardboard backdrops and play sets again. So, I won't complain. I like the throne, but as I said in my stream the other day, like I'm really happy with the 5 POA Palpatine we already have that came out a few years ago. But I'll get the TVC one probably when it comes out on the single card. But
I'm really excited for that throne room. I don't know, something about it, man. It just looks so cool. I've always loved that window. So like being able to own that window, I'm going to be really excited about it. I'll have a window. Wow.
Bill says loves me throw for his Razor Crest. Adam, I feel weirder about the fact that I'm pregnant Padme wearing a night dress from a 5-minute scene in Revenge of the Sith. That's how deep Star Wars figures go.
I know, right? I was in the flea market with a couple of my friends, and they had that Padme Evolution set in the box for $30. If I wasn't with my friends, I would have probably bought it. But because I was with them, I'm like, hey, look, they made a pregnant Padme. Do you want that? And they're like, no, we're good. But I'm like, $30 isn't a bad price for that. I'd buy it if I wasn't with them.
You're just gonna go like, yeah, right, you guys, that is.
Yeah, like who would ever buy that?
I really want it.
Because like I don't even have a normal Attack of the Clones Padme. I just have the one where she has like her shirt ripped off from Black Series.
Yeah. Bill says, is it AM or PM there? I'm in Texas and it's PM. Yeah, it's AM here. It's about 7 minutes left of AM. It's almost midday.
Yeah, it's like almost 10:30 here. Oh, man, dude, that window looks so nice though for that throne room. I'm looking at the pictures again. Wow.
Oh, I've lost the spot in the comments. I'm getting there. And Brick says, sup, JC, how you doing?
Yo, what's up?
Red Qual got 8 Tantive scenes. Nice. Send pictures. I want to see what it's all like together.
Yeah, I very much want to see those too. Basically getting a Star Wars Battlefront 2 map out of that.
Yeah. Should have figured. Hi, JCC2224. I just got 15 out of 20 Micro Series Clone Wars figures at a comic store yesterday after watching your every figure in that line.
Man, that line's amazing. It's shocking you're able to find that many of them too. Like, it took me a little bit to track them all down. There isn't that many in the line. But
is that the animated line?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I still only have a few of them, but they've just, Yeah, since the series hit Disney Plus, they've gone up in price big time.
Yeah, I'm very happy I jumped on them when I did. Because I was like,
Mm.
man, the Tartakovsky Clone Wars is my favorite Star Wars thing ever. Why don't I own all of these? So I think it was last summer was when I went on an eBay hunt and I found them all. I actually keep them by my desk. I'm looking at them right now. They're really nice.
Hey JC, what are your thoughts on Black Series Target exclusive Din Djarin and the new Beskar Mando Bandai kit?
I don't really do 6-inch Star Wars outside of the Clone Troopers, so the kit looks good because I do model kits like Gundam and all that. I don't know if I'll get it, but Black Series Target Din Djarin, that was not made for me. I got the Vintage Collection one.
Yeah, vintage.
The head on that.
Part of it, some of me thinks that I improved the crap out of my Din Djarin, my Black Series one, because it came with a removable helmet and it looked like crap.
Yeah.
So I changed it to have a switch out helmet like the TVC one. So I put the helmet over a bald head sculpt, and sort of glued it down and made it a nice shape and everything. So and then sort of drilled out the holes so it made a nice easy swap, and that definitely improved that figure.
Oh, have you seen the like those little boxed, like sort of 6-inch sized figures? Have you seen those? They've done like Star Wars in the past.
They're like pretty basic looking.
Yeah,
figures.
there's a Mandalorian in that line, and he has a really good helmet sculpt. And I've seen people do a head swap, and it works really well for Black Series. I've been looking for one because my brother's, he's all in on Black Series and he wants to do that. So I've been looking for one for him. I haven't found it yet, but it works perfect.
Yeah, I got the Disney Toy Box Mandalorian, and that helmet's better than the Black Series one.
Yeah, I could never get the Toy Box Mando. It was never in stock whenever I wanted to buy it.
I got it shipped from Disney UK because they do ship to Australia, whereas Shop Disney in the US doesn't. So it was a good opportunity to grab that.
Yeah, I have the Galaxy of Adventures Mandalorian though. We're releasing that 2-pack with the Stormtrooper. That's a pretty good one.
Greetings, Exalted Ones. Hope you're doing well. I'm excited for the HasLab Rancor. It's going to be worth the price tag. Hope they use the Hyperrule technology for it. Your thoughts? Yeah, I think it's going to be a masterpiece, honestly. It's going to be huge.
That's an interesting thought, using like the Hyperrule technology, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Based on my experiences with Hyperrule, I hope they don't.
You're the reason I never got one.
Yeah,
I saw what happened to yours, and I'm like,
yeah, my Vader disintegrated, and it got to the point where I've stuffed him back in the box, so he displays well in the box again. But I had him on display for 6 months, and the joints all cracked. The rubber started to peel away, and it was horrible. And it was so bad that the Bespin Luke went down to something like $60, down from 200 here in Australia, and I still wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, I toyed with that Vader because I saw the Darth Prime got it, and he's like, "Man, this thing's so amazing! I'm going to sell my Sideshow Vader." And I was like, "Ooh, if it's that nice, maybe I should get it." And then I saw what happened to yours, and I'm like, "No, I have enough of my toys literally destroy themselves. I'm not doing that again."
If that wasn't an issue, it would be an amazing figure. Like aesthetically, it's wonderful. It's incredible. But yeah, just that issue of the foam, that sort of latex, sort of just peeling after 6 months and ripping off the figure. It's not good.
So yeah, I'm hoping they don't do that for the Rancor.
And I don't live in like a area that's sort of, I'd understand if it happened in like places where it's like super dry or super damp or humid and stuff like that. Like that might have a pretty like big effect on it. But I don't live in an area like that, so it shouldn't have been an issue.
Yeah, that was just ridiculous. I would have bought it, though. I would have bought it.
D. Dixon says the new throne room looks like an overpriced Happy Meal with toy.
Hey, leave it alone. I like it. I do wonder though if the window is just like a piece of cardboard, like all the detailing is just a piece of cardboard.
Yeah, Hasbro should put a cheeseburger in it, and,
No,
and a nugget pack.
Why are you making me want McDonald's at 10:30 at night?
Yeah, it's 12 p.m. It's almost my lunchtime, so I'm going to consider it.
Oh, speaking of Happy Meal toys, there haven't been any good Star Wars ones recently.
No, there hasn't.
Like I got one for Rise of Skywalker and it was crap. And then,
yeah, right. They didn't do any of them down here, so
yeah. Because I've like a mild interest in Happy Meal toys. I've got a few. Like I've got one of those big-headed Kit Fistos. Remember when they did the big-headed characters?
Yeah.
And then
when they did the heads on the ships.
Yeah, so heads on the ships. I got a few of those.
Yeah, Macca's down here. We call it Macca's. McDonald's down here is just revealed they're going to do the Pokemon thing. So I can't wait for people to, like grown adults, go out and like fight each other for a Happy Meal.
Oh no! Oh no!
But due to the popularity in the United States, I'm like, did you see that people almost murdered each other for freaking Pokemon cards?
Yeah, I just learned. I actually thought Star Wars was like the highest grossing media franchise of all time, but no, it's Pokemon.
Yeah,
Pokemon's actually the highest grossing. So
yeah, some of the values of those cards are ridiculous. Like you think Yak Face, like vintage Power of the Force Yak Face on a card is worth a lot of money, and then there's like one Pokemon card that's worth $300,000.
I literally just watched a video from Max Mofo Pokemon. He's got an interesting personality. I don't think everyone would be into it, but he showed off this card that was like super obscure. Like you took a picture in a Pokemon game, and whoever won the contest got like 20 copies of that card sent to them. It was like kids we were talking about.
Yeah,
and those kids who got those cards, and it was only in Japan too, so Japanese children.
Yeah,
those cards are like literally worth an entire year's salary.
Oh wow!
Like he spent like I think just maybe like $5,000 on one card, and he could flip it for 10 times that if he wanted.
Wow! Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, I seriously, it's one of those things, man, where because I really I peek into the worlds of other hobbies and things. That's why I watch that, and it's absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Bill said he got both solo cardboard play sets. Pretty cool. Wouldn't mind checking one out, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither.
If I get a hold of one day, I'd be kind of interested to just, it might be a cool display for the solo figures that I have. Yeah, they were never released down here, so yeah.
Oh yeah, and then the BB-8 playset. Remember that?
Yes, I did want that for the longest time, but it was just too expensive, and it never went cheap. Toys R Us had it, and then Toys R Us closed, and then no one had it. So,
oh man, I should have gotten that. That looks sweet.
Pokey says my Hot Toys pre-order haul is sickening. Only reason I can get these because and 3.75 the only thing I collect. Spidey stop motions. Hey JC, this is confusing because they're calling out for you JC, but there's my initials too.
I know, right?
Keep up the great work. I plan to support your page soon. Support your Patreon. Keep it up, man. You're going places.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it.
Good job. Well done.
I don't take compliments really well, so now I'm just like crinkling up in myself, like thanks. I get a lot of messages like, "Hey, man, I love your channel," and I'm like, "Oh, thanks." I just don't know how to take compliments. I'm horrible about it. Yeah, I mean it's crazy. Like being like I never expected my YouTube channel to blow up as much as it has.
Yeah.
And here I am like I'm actually like these past couple years I'm actually like earning enough money to like consider it a bit of a side gig.
Mm.
And I never would have thought that would have been a thing ever.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. I get a little bit of kickback from YouTube now, and it's not enough to fully support everything I do, but it is very welcome. A little bit of extra that can sort of mostly funnel it just straight back into my channel or my collection. Really.
Yeah, I basically do the same.
Like the last time I got a little bit of a kickback, I bought the ammo wagon Flumper set from Phantom Menace line. Like,
I totally forgot that was a thing until you reviewed it. And I'm like, damn it, I want that.
Yeah, I look at it on my shelf. I'm like, that's awesome because, you know, some people that support what I do help me able to get that. And, you know, that, you know, I love having, that adds a little bit of sentimental value to it as opposed to just being something that I bought with my own paycheck.
Yeah, I totally forgot they did the Falumpa set. And then they did like the really big one too, right? I don't even remember the name of that.
Cubic centimeter here in the comments. Here, obviously local to where I am. Just like, yeah, down the road. Love the Grimace from McDonald's. Picked up one a few years ago from a Happy Meal. In Venezuela, we only got the one bobbleheads in ships promo on McDonald's, as it wasn't even complete. Nowadays, due to the country situation, Happy Meals aren't even getting toys.
Oh, yikes.
I heard McDonald's were actually going to phase out plastic toys in their Happy Meals from 2022, I believe. I'm not sure if that's worldwide or whether it's just here in Australia.
I mean, that would suck. It's like with Cracker Jacks. I don't know if you have those in Australia.
No.
They were these basically like caramel popcorn.
Yeah, right.
And in each box, you got a little toy.
Yeah.
They turned those from plastic toys to paper toys, and now it's literally just, download a digital gift or whatever.
Oh.
It's like, man.
We got rid of toys and cereals like 10 years ago. Like, they're just not a thing. And like, I come over to the US when I was over there, and I was like, look at all these cereal choices. Like, it's all just sugary goodness.
And then we have those massive boxes that are insanely huge.
Yeah. We get them at Costco, like big boxes, like big, massive boxes. We can get them at Costco. But yeah, we haven't had, like, you always used to get toys and stuff in cereal boxes, and we haven't had them for 10 plus years. And yeah, and if they're going to phase them out of Happy Meals, then you're just going to have to call them, you know,
meals,
stationary mood meals. Like,
there's nothing happy about this anymore.
Sad meals, like, you know, just eat your burger and shut up meals.
Yeah, because there's some Happy Meals where, like, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with them. Like, I don't know if you remember Neopets in the early 2000s.
Vaguely, yeah.
It was like a competitor to Pokemon. Because my brother and I were very odd, we weren't really into Pokemon. We were into Yu-Gi-Oh! And Neopets. We almost have like a complete collection of the Neopets McDonald's toys because we found someone on like Craigslist selling them when we were like 6 years old, and we begged our mom to buy them for us. So we have like a big old trash bag in the basement, like a trash bag totally full.
Yeah, well,
these little plushy Neopets. Can't even imagine what they're worth now.
Yeah, I have a big shopping bag full of so we have it's like sort of like a Kinder Surprise sort of thing we have down here called Yowies, and they've only just sort of come back in the last couple of years. But you know, back sort of 15, 20 years ago, they were huge, and they were like a little chocolate egg, and they were shaped as these little characters called Yowies, which is basically like Australia's version of you know, the Abominable Snowman or Bigfoot. That's just sort of like a mythical Australian creature sort of thing that we have is the Yowie. And they come in like these little eggs inside the chocolate. It's like a Kinder egg, and your little buildable animals. And they're all sort of, they did like a lot of native animals, and then they sort of branched into like Africa, and then, you know, around the world, and they did like dinosaurs as well. And me and my sister we were obsessed with them. And yeah, I've got both of our collections, and there must be a good couple hundred in this bag.
Yeah, I've never heard of those. I'm going to look those up.
Yeah, it's Yowie, and they're made by Cadbury. Hey, Chaz, the Rancor is a weak HasLab, in my opinion. Should have been a playset that you could use to set up figures. I partially agree. Like a Falcon cockpit would be awesome, but I don't know. I think, I don't know. I think with vehicles, you can only go too big. I don't know. It's a weird one, but
yeah, I saw some like third-party company did like a Hot Toys scaled Falcon cockpit.
Yeah,
and it looked amazing.
Yeah,
So I think that would be sweet to put in like Black Series or something. But I think the Rancor makes sense for HasLab because they've been doing a lot of, and it probably won't even come out until the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi anyway. So
still miss Toys R Us to this day. Yeah, I think most of us are in the same boat.
Yeah.
Rabbit says, Adam, you put there so many vids, I cannot keep up anymore. Lol, but I have loved watching both your channels, JC and JC. Consider you guys good buds. I feel the same about you, man.
Yeah, for sure. And I put out like a video every other day, so I feel you. Like even some of my friends are like, man, I can't. But like I record like 10 videos at a time.
Yeah, you just periodically just spot them out.
Yep. And I have to space it out like, okay, so I have a Star Wars and then a Transformers and then something else and then P.O. Box and then another Star Wars. Like I try to space it out because I know some things people don't really care about and others people are really invested in.
Yeah.
So, like every once in a while I'll do a video about Gundam and it gets, maybe about 1,000 views, which I still love. But then I post something like my Anakin video about the crispy Anakin, the burnt one.
Yeah.
That blew up. That is like 60,000 views. I don't even know why.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's nutty. Hopefully TBC gets the Dark Trooper 4 Black Series.
Man, I hope so. I would buy way too many TBC Dark Troopers if they make them.
You need at least, minimum, you've got to have 4.
A minimum 4, but I would probably buy enough to fill up the hallway. That's probably what I do. Like, man, I pre-ordered like 10 of those ARC Troopers, and I'm thinking, was that too much? Because Walmart actually puts a hold on your account when you do a pre-order, and then it goes away after a while.
Oh, okay.
So I tried to order 10 all at once, and I'd already done all these other pre-orders, and it said you don't even have enough money in your account. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you serious? So my brother had to pre-order 5, and I pre-ordered 5. Because I'm like, this is only going to be up for another minute. I need these.
Yeah. Chaz says, "Oh, we get those gangster troopers from the last Bad Batch episode. Really cool design. They were cool.
Yeah, I loved them.
They were great." Spidey Stop Motion says, "Hey man, I can relate on the compliment things. For someone who makes stop motions, every time I get a nice comment, I'm like, oh, thank you. I guess I can relate."
Man, I would love to do stop motions, but I don't have the time, and I would want to make them look so professional that I would have to invest so much into it for me to be happy with it. So I'm like, no, I'll save that for the professionals.
I had to have all the Beast Wars Happy Meal toys and the Batman animated series toys. I feel like I needed those too.
The Beast Wars ones were so cool. Like I think it was just my last video. My latest P.O. Box video, I featured one at the start. like there's something about them. Like they made them transformable, like figures. They could articulate a little bit. Like you never get anything like that nowadays. The Transformers Happy Meal toys are garbage.
Yeah, I don't even pay attention to what sort of Happy Meal toys are out down here anyway. I don't eat a lot of junk food takeaway, so it's I try and stay away from McDonald's. So I don't actually pay too much attention to what's out there these days. But I doubt they're the same quality as what we had as kids. We had some really cool toys back then. Pokey says, hoping the Hot Toys 505 starts shipping soon in the US.
I think it will. I looked on Sideshow, and it said it was going to ship.
You were saying earlier that you think it was going to release early?
Yeah, I think because it originally said estimated to come in like September to October, and now it says estimated to come July to August. So that's literally like I could get a pre-order, like a shipping notification any day.
Nice. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Bill says, hey, the Han Solo Stormtrooper in the mid-90s in Fruit Loop cereal kicked off the Kenner reinvigorating of action figures, I think. Power of the Force line, 95 or 96.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that's how they did Han Solo.
Yeah.
That's how they did that. Because they were like, hey, since we never did Han Solo as a Stormtrooper in the original line, here he is, right out the gate for the new one.
Cereal box exclusive.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. We don't get like mail-aways and all that anymore either.
Yeah, I miss some mail-aways. As is Hasbro's putting out like 60% of their line is exclusives. I had this great idea for Hasbro, right? Hear me out on this one. So they should do a line, like every now and then they should do an action figure, and it should be a inclusive line, like as opposed to exclusives. And what you do is you walk into any store and you can buy that figure anytime you want from any store.
So basically what they did like 10 years ago.
Yeah, like actually put figures on shelves.
Yeah, that would be great.
As opposed to making you go to like 4 different stores, or in my case, just eBay.
And another thing I'm surprised about, NECA is one company that has learned their lesson, because with their Ninja Turtle movie stuff, impossible to find. People were, including myself, were so mad. And they're like, you know what? We're going to fix this. Every single thing, while it will be released in stores, we will have for like an open pre-order for a whole week. We will make as many as are pre-ordered. Like the actress for April O'Neil said, you can make a figure of me just as long as everyone can get it.
Yeah.
She seriously told NECA that because she saw how mad people were.
Yeah.
And Hasbro, like, they could do that too. Like, look at how far out some of these pre-orders are. The Vintage Collection Tartakovsky stuff doesn't ship until March.
And they sell out.
Yeah.
In like, 5 minutes. It's like, why are you guys not providing the numbers?
Yeah, it's I don't get it. And then if Walmart cancels the pre-orders, I will be absolutely livid.
Yeah.
And I will be begging all over social media, like, please, people, I need 10 ARC troopers. I need like 2 of everyone. I will be like such a mess.
I was hoping the HasLab was a vehicle, especially a Republic gunship.
Oh man. That'd be nice.
Very excited for the HasLab Rancor, but I really hope it's not over $250 because looking at pictures, it really wasn't that big of a creature.
Yeah, I think a lot of recent HasLabs are like hovering around the $300 to $400 range. I don't see it being any more than that.
Yeah.
Because, man, what were they thinking making Unicron as expensive as it was? Like, the value was not there. I couldn't do it. It was like nearly $600, the most expensive one so far.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, the barge cost me $1,000. And the Razor Crest is $700, which is, you know, it's probably relative in terms of, you know, price conversion to the US. Yeah. But yeah, it's still a lot. But, you know, with the barge, there was no doubt about it. Like, that was a have to get. Because that was,
actually, you paid about $150 more for the Razor Crest than I had to as a good old US citizen.
Yeah,
because there's $350 in the US and 700 Australians, like $500.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, man, just move to America. Problem solved.
I won't say it hasn't crossed my mind. I do love
when the world isn't on fire, and then everything will be okay.
I love America. I do love coming to America. I just don't like the craziness that the news tends to show, but we have our own crazies down here too. I think HasLab is going to include the gate and part of the cave to raise the price of the Rancor.
Ooh, yeah, they could.
Yeah, it could work. I think, you know, talking about stretch goals that they normally do, I'd say Rancor Keeper, you know, maybe throw Luke in there as well, an updated version of Luke. Might be good.
Have they done a Luke with his? Was the exclusive Luke? Did he have his like flesh robot hand, or was it gloved?
I'm just trying to look around on my shelf now. It's gloved, unless I changed it. I'm not sure because I did do some hand swaps.
I'm gonna look it up,
but I can't remember.
It is not gloved.
No. Okay.
So they already kind of have made a Luke. But like I can see them re-releasing him out again. Yeah.
But you talk about Rancor Keeper, you talk about maybe like a pile of skulls, you know, Rancor's poo bucket, you know, someone's got to empty that.
Maybe a Gamorrean.
Yeah, Gamorrean, yeah. Or at least the bottom half of one so you can put him in the Rancor's mouth.
Dude, what are we talking about? They're going to do the Rancor Keeper. They're going to. I think no doubt they're going to include the Rancor Keeper.
Yeah. Ula. Put Ula in there.
I mean, that would be sweet.
Hey, Rabbit. I will upload one. I will upload again one day. I'm sure of it. Just need to ideally upgrade my tech. As it is, if I use a combo of tablet and computer, I still upload, but not upload and edit. Easy mode.
Yeah, I miss those hobby halls and banter, dude. I need that in my life.
Yeah, they were always good fun.
You see, like there's a list of people where I'm like, you need to upload more videos. Rabbit Hammer does. Polly Poo does. Like, there's so many people where I'm like, upload more. I need your stuff in my life.
Give me 2 seconds. I can hear my dog up to no good.
Oh, no. Well, since I'm in control of the live stream, I'm just going to say, Forces with Jesse is the worst YouTuber of all time, guys.
Simply I know, right? Terrible.
Oh, no, you didn't hear anything.
That's right. He's just chewing on a toy out there, so it's all good.
40 Dark Troopers. Oh my goodness. Were there even 40 in the show?
I don't know. Probably not. It would have been maybe 20 or 30.
Yeah, I don't know if there was 40. I know they said there was a whole platoon because Pokey was saying he was going to get 40.
Yeah. 2 of the best YouTubers of the Star Wars community. Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
I'm going to say nothing because compliments make me feel awkward.
Yeah, I don't feel like I am, but I'll take the compliment. I don't often get complimented on anything. So. Random question. How do you both feel when some new desirable figure gets announced by Hasbro and you feel it'll be scalper treasure? Frustrated.
I can tell you immediately, with all these Clone Trooper reveals, like all of them are exclusive. And I get both excited and like, oh man, because I have to worry about getting it. Like the 3-pack with Jesse, Echo, and Fives. That is the only toy in all of existence. That's the only figure release that I've lost sleep over.
Oh, wow.
Because I was like, I need to get my order in. I need that. Then it was up for order for like literally all the Pulse Premium members for the whole day. Like it didn't sell out for premium members at all. So that was totally fine.
Do you think we'll get Attack of the Clones TVC figures for anniversary next year? Hope they make a new Jango and Count Dooku since he hasn't had a TVC release yet. I think they will. I think they'd be very well into the planning of that, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, they usually they lightly acknowledge an anniversary and then they just move on.
Yeah, even if it's like a wave or two, get a few figures out there that are new and different. And
yeah, especially when it was a movie year. Like, I don't think anything really came out in 2015 for Revenge of the Sith. That was just, Force Awakens.
A Count Dooku on a vintage card is a no-brainer.
That needs to happen.
Need to put the TVC Island Journey Ray cloak on my new Ahsoka TVC when I get it in. I think that'll look really great too. Ooh,
that's an idea.
Yeah, I did it with my 6-inch one, just for a couple of shots. It looks great. Oh, which figure do you think looks better, the Blue Arc or the Captain Fordo? I can't decide.
I'd have to say the Blue Arc Trooper, just because that's literally one of my favorite clones of all time.
Yeah, I think I'll go with blue too. Like, I like Fordo, but I like blue. So
I think I'm gonna have to snip some of those holsters off though, and give them different guns.
Walmart cancels these orders. All hell will break loose, JCC.
I mean, the order is like over half a year away, so they better not.
Didn't pharmacy chain in US start carrying exclusive Transformers?
Yeah, Walgreens. They carry.
That is the weirdest thing in the world.
Yeah,
you have drugstores that sell toys.
Yeah, like the 212 is exclusive to Walgreens here in the US.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Like we literally go into pharmacies to get medication and health crap, and you guys get a toy aisle.
Yeah, what our pharmacies are like. So we have like the main 3 are Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid, at least in my area of the US.
Yeah.
Basically what they're almost like, I think what they think of is, oh yeah, people need to run in and get their medications. While they're here, they might get some snacks, they might get some candy, they might get some toys. Like Walgreens apparently, like they're more expensive with their toys too.
It's like a mini grocery store sort of thing, like a
It's kind of like a convenience store. They have a lot of makeup too.
Yeah,
A lot of makeup in
yeah.
the movie.
Yeah, we did find that. We went into a lot of Walgreens and CVS's when we were over there. So it's, yeah, like a little mini convenience store, I suppose.
Yeah.
Word, won't trust Walmart pre-orders. I hardly ever do it. Desperate for the best.
Yeah, like Walmart did cancel my deluxe Mandalorian order and then relisted it for retail price after they had canceled my order. That's so awful. Like, that is simply the worst. It's like, oh, we won't sell it to you, but hey, do you want it? Okay, you can have it. Like, what kind of business practice is that? Canceling pre-orders just to relist them. That is absolutely absurd.
What do you two, JC, think of the debate going over people getting early factory stolen Transformer figures?
Oh yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
So this used to be a big problem back in like maybe a decade ago, and it's becoming a big problem again. Where there's these, I think Star Wars and Marvel aren't really having these big issues because they have the umbrella of Disney. But Transformers, like most of all the new reveals that are coming out, are like some guy on YouTube already reviewed it like a month ago. Because he has like, I'm not going to name his name, but there's seriously this guy that has like a connection to the factory, and he gets stuff super early, doesn't have a box or instructions or anything to show because it's basically a stolen factory sample.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, things are getting revealed through this YouTube guy. It's crazy.
Just trying to quickly get down to the bottom of these comments, just hoping sure I don't miss any questions. Did you guys back the Razor Crest last year? When is it set to release again? Also, we do a full review it. Yes. I think October, November, and yes, absolutely.
I don't know if I'll review it. I might just enjoy it. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I didn't really ever. I think I don't even remember. I did review the barge. I've done multiple videos, sort of going over it though, and like my setup and stuff.
Yeah, seeing your barge setup made me like. I was like, oh, maybe I should have gotten it because I literally have every figure you could put in that. And then I was like, nah, I don't even have the space. I don't even have a Millennium Falcon. You know, I can live without a big old saber. I'll survive.
Shrek Potato says, "Can you two act out the high ground scene?"
Oh my god!
I'm unprepared, so maybe next time.
I'm even trying to think of like where to start.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. It's basically where it starts. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you follow a channel called Boylai Hobby Time?
I have not heard of him, no.
He just did so he does dioramas and stuff for figures and toys. Like, I'll send you the link.
I'm already interested because you remember Budget Jedi?
Yeah.
Love his dioramas.
And I watched this guy. He literally hit 100,000 subscribers like a week ago, and he's already at 117. But he put out a video. So he did a high ground diorama with glowing lava resin. So he does resin. He does all sorts of stuff. He's incredible. You could watch this guy all day long.
I've been wanting a toy with that.
Yeah, but I just sent you it on Facebook Messenger, and you can just sort of see in the thumbnail there what he's done. And he used a couple of SH Figure Arts figures. Man, his work is incredible.
Man, that looks amazing. I love that. I love how it's so cut out, so pristinely too. It looks like a museum piece. Oh man, I'm all over that. I really need to start working on my Utapau diorama. I have so many ideas for it.
Yeah. I can't believe we haven't got a General Grievous in the TVC yet. We did, but it was back in like 2010 or 11. So it's been a long time. And
yeah, it came with like everything you could ever ask for. It had the cape,
it
was 4 lightsabers, the gun. I love that.
The one thing I really want in the General Grievous figure is one that can actually fold up to do his like crab walk.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
because I tried so hard with the Black Series one to get him to do it, and he just, because the neck doesn't bend up far enough and the legs don't twist around the way they need to, so it's...
I don't know if the model kit can. I've always wanted to get the Bandai model kit Grievous because that looks amazing.
Yeah, I just want a Grievous that can move around like he does, like crab mode.
I'm surprised that doesn't really exist.
Darth Juices, what's going on? And Sleeping Collectibles, what's going on, guys?
Yo, what's up, Deuces?
I'm torn if I should get my Black Series Imperials and clones. On one hand, they're super cool, and the other, could get a couple of Hot Toys and a bunch of TVC for them.
I mean, that's basically all I kept Black Series wise.
Lol, at Shrek's high ground comment.
You underestimate my power.
Digital image of the Black Series Arc Trooper and Mace Windu General Grievous is absolutely pathetic. Yeah, I feel like they should have held off on those reveals until they had some images.
I was so surprised, like,
because it's just, it feels weird, man. Like, it's just like their pre-orders are available, but you want us to pre-order a figure that's just based on a cartoon picture that you just... Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't just pull them off of Google image search and it's got like an Image Shack watermark on it.
And see, one funny thing about the ARC Trooper too, it is just called ARC Trooper. It doesn't say ARC Trooper Captain.
Yeah.
And the picture shows both Fordo and the normal blue ARC Trooper. So we're not even 100% on if it's Fordo or not. I have seen the Hot Toys King Shake. I know you mean King Shark. It looks cool. I'm not really into that side of Hot Toys, but I can respect it.
What's your opinion on Lego Republic Gunships? Supposed to come with 2 minifig Phase 2 Cody and a pole, but Lego refused to put it in. I didn't hear about that.
There's been so much debate over that UCS gunship. The set itself, I don't think anyone has a problem with. It's the minifigs.
Yeah, it should have come with at least like
a clone pilot. Because with the clone pilot,
yeah,
Lego clone pilot minifigs are just the normal Phase 1 helmet with a fin, just with the clone pilot painting on them. People wanted a new helmet, but I'm hoping they make a Cody soon. I'm hoping I'll be able to get some inside information as soon as that happens. Because I need that Cody in my life. I don't care how expensive the set is, I will buy it.
Will you like the Razor Crest too? Yeah, I probably will if I can. Because I love doing that with the barge. It worked out really well, and it didn't actually I didn't actually have to damage it at all. So
yeah, I got a big old Hulkbuster from Age of Ultron that I've been planning on lighting for the longest time, and I just haven't done it yet. And like, it's that big old Hulkbuster that's like 20 inches tall. It's just sitting on my shelf. I haven't touched it at all. I need to do that.
I'm getting phone calls now. It's all right. I'm gonna wrap up shortly anyway, so I'm just gonna get through to the bottom of these comments. What do you think of the new TVC Palpatine? I think it looks cool, but I personally think my 5POA one is fine.
Yeah, I love it. I can't wait to get my McDonald's Happy Meal window.
He lives in the mountain of Barkers. Certainly do. Superb nature in the outer Adelaide benchmark. Never bought a Hot Toys figure, only Sideshow Endor.
Oh yeah, those Endor Rebel Commandos from Sideshow, they look really cool. I love those Endor Commandos. They just have such a military look to them.
Been fun chatting. Oh, good to have you in the chat, man. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
I believe
it's been over 2 hours.
Oh crap, it has. Oh my gosh.
And we're at the bottom of the comments, so wow, that took all night.
Reached the end.
It took all day, but we're there.
All right. So I have one final question.
Yeah. Remember, you either get busy living or you get busy dying. I don't know why I said that. But yeah, I think we'll wrap it up. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. I do have one final question for you, though.
Do it.
Out of all of these awesome, insane reveals that we've been getting recently, what's your favorite, most exciting thing that you need in your life right now?
That's a very good question. I don't know. I can't even think.
There's so much, isn't there?
There is. I'm loving that Clone Wars is getting love both sort of both iterations. Because the new Obi-Wan, Anakin, ARC Trooper, Echo, and what was the other one? The Clone Pilot. Like they're amazing Black Series figures. So, yeah, and Ventress is one of the best figures so far, I think, in Black Series. I was saying on my stream the other day, like Clone Wars has almost got it's almost its own beast, separate to Star Wars as a whole. Despite being sort of under the banner of Star Wars, it's almost created its own sort of beast and its own fandom. And Clone Wars has its sole fans. And I love that they're actually paying attention to it. I'd love to see more.
Yeah, I think after them ignoring it for a good 5 or so years, they're finally realizing, like, yeah, people are really into this.
Yeah,
and, like, for me, no brainer. My answer on that.
I think the whole Disney Plus thing really proved to Disney its worth. You know, because they come in, they took over, they cancelled it before it was finished, and then I think Netflix picked it up, and that's when they put the season 6 on Netflix, and I think that's sort of gone. Oh, hang on. You know, there's a pretty big loyal fan base, and then I think that was enough to sort of get them to go. All right, you guys can go finish this off now, and Disney Plus now having Clone Wars streaming, like it's pulled in so many people that probably missed out the first time, and it's got a second generation of Clone Wars fans.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm hoping we get more of those Black Series like retro cards. I wonder if we'll like go and do like the 2009 style card, where it's like the red and white. Yeah,
or the Shadow of the Dark Side packaging.
Oh, yeah. That's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Imagine if they actually included a. They probably won't because there was a version without it. But the cards, the Galactic Battle Game cards, I'd love if they included those. I actually kind of liked that. Something about it.
They were kind of cool. Yeah, I still have all my dice.
I've thrown some of those down the vent. I think I flushed a couple down the toilet. Dude, they're just trash. I have so many of them.
Yeah, I remember bitching about them back in the day. Like, you just melt these down and put new figures out and better accessories. And
it's like, do you need to include a die with every single figure? Base and card, fine, but a die with everyone?
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah. Anyway, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
All right, thanks everyone. I apologize if I missed any questions. The feed was thick and heavy tonight, so it was great. A lot of people coming in to chat and coming in to watch, and really appreciate it. So stay tuned to my social media and stuff, and I'll let you know when I'm going live again. I do have to organize a chat with Papa Gore, the Canadian Santa Claus, so hopefully I can organize a chat with him in the coming week or two. But this one was sort of, we talked about it the other day, and managed to just find a time that was nice and easy for both of us. So,
oh yeah, I loved it. Please have me on all the time.
No, absolutely, dude. It's always a good chat. So, all right, folks, thanks very much for watching. May the Force be with all of you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.